everybody. Let me just check that you can see me. I apologize. Okay. Okay. We are on. We are on. All right, so I'm going to start this again. Okay. It's I am seeing that it's saying offline, so I don't know why it's doing that. If anybody can actually let me know that you can see me, if anybody's watching. Okay. Sorry, this is so frustrating. Not understanding all of it. Let me start the music. I'll try and open another YouTube channel, see if that maybe shows better. Okay, alrighty. Sorry. This is extremely frustrating. I can't tell you enough how frustrating it is to get it to work where I can see both sides and not getting lost in the process. So, all right, so let's just start from the beginning. And I'm going to say hi and welcome to everybody. This is going to be recorded. My name is Simona, and here we are finally. We're just getting along, and I started early so that we could be there early, but unfortunately it's 10 minutes after 7, and hopefully I haven't lost all of you. Thank you for the faith and thank you for the love. And tonight we're going to be doing a healing journey. It is a meditation, but it's also a journey. And if those of you that have been patiently waiting, I appreciate it, hanging in there and sitting with us. So these journeys, these meditations are, because we're doing them live, are really meant more as healing. They are quite powerful and they will provide a strong healing process for those of you that listen, and anytime that you listen to, the energy will be channeled through. They become a portal, a vehicle of healing, and they do present that opportunity, that beautiful vehicle of energy. So anyone can do this. Anyone is able to put that kind of imprint and encoding into anything that you set your mind into, and it is because we are meant to touch as many people as possible and to reach. It's our purpose is to heal. Our purpose is to spread the word. Our purpose is to bring people forward as best as we can, and with whatever tools and abilities we have available, and those are endless. So the only thing is just kind of hanging in there and try like I'm doing, and keep trying no matter how many times I fail. I fixed last week's issue, or the week before, but today we do have I guess I had a double thing and it just stopped on its own. So again, I am so very new and so very technically challenged, but I'm willing to learn and willing to always improve. So thank you for coming in the journey, and thank you for listening to the explanation. Having said that, let's just go right through it. As I was saying when I was really frozen, and I don't know if anybody heard it, we are going to focus a little bit on the throat. I was clearing my throat a lot throughout that process, and as everything always happens for a very good reason, I'm more than willing to always be open to those things if they happen, as frustrating they may be. And again, it probably was to allow for clearing, or for most of you to be tuning in. As some of you are used to coming to my meditation, sometimes we don't start until 7:15, 7:25, depending upon how many people we're waiting for, to show up. So this is a little bit easier, and I do like to start a little bit on time. I don't want people to be waiting too much, but I guess we're going with it. The other area that now is actually starting to clear is the lower back and the root chakra. So I know that we're going to be going into the area to heal it. As I was saying earlier, I don't know if it came through, we're also going to be investigating and clearing some past life. I do believe that some of you do need that. And and we're going to see if there is any need to do anything else, which it will be shown probably as we go through it. Thank you so much again for listening, and let's start the journey. So make yourself comfortable. I know there's music in the background. I hope it's of your liking. And let's just take a nice deep breath and just really center ourselves. We're going to do something that I did last week with a group that came in person, which was really beautiful. And it was shown to me as a nice way to clear. So I'm going to have you pretend as if you're walking home from work, from the day's problem, from the week problems, from the month, whenever it is that you've been feeling overwhelmed and tired. And pretend or imagine that you're taking off your clothes, and as you're taking off your clothes, you're also taking off the worries, the troubles, the anxieties, the angers, the resentment, anything that you're carrying that is interfering with your well-being, making you feel whole, joyful, and blissful. And just allow yourself to just feel free. See yourself taking off clothes as if you're just dropping everything on the floor. And as you're dropping all this weight off of your shoulders, off the floor, in the picture of clothing, also take a nice deep breath and feel yourself expand and lighten and becoming lighter and more expanded and freer. Allow yourself to really go deep and take off even more things that maybe you don't know that you're carrying, and just allow for that to be. We're going to call on Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael. We're going to ask them to get rid of whatever energy we're carrying that does not belong to ourselves. So give yourself a moment, just center in. You may feel energy coming down from the top, from your crown chakra, going right into the pit of your stomach as they are clearing and getting rid of energy that does not belong to you. And I'm just going to be sending some healing energy to all those who are going to be watching, and just anchoring some light healing for this process that may be continue to infinity, so that any time that you want to watch it, and no matter how many times you're going to watch this, you're always going to feel that energy right now. There's going to pull whatever does not belong to you. Okay. And as we've done that, I want you to imagine as if I want you to pick your favorite being, your favorite master, your favorite spirit guide, your favorite archangel, whomever it may be. You can do Archangel Michael, you can do Jesus, Mother Mary. And just visualize laying or being cradled by this beautiful, powerful being. And as you're being cradled, the person is going to start laying their hands, the energy being is going to start laying their hand on top of the head of your crown, and it's going to clear the crown, which is right here. And you're going to feel pressure on the crown. They're going to lay their hand on you and clear it. They're going to put their hand in their forehead and clear the third eye. They're going to gently place their hands into your ears and throat and jaw and clear that section there. And for each of these processes, take a breath. Some of them take a little bit longer. They're going to put their hands in your sinuses, in your nose, and we're going to clear that energy there. This is a representation of self-acceptance, and it is often clogged. We're going to also go down into the jaw and clear the jaw area and the neck. Just bringing healing down into the throat. Just feel the enormous amount of love, unconditional love and compassion that these beautiful beings have. They have for us. As long as we're allowing them to provide this healing, they will provide it. Just asking for the throat to be healed. I'm going to place one in the front and one in the back as well. We're going to clear the base of the neck and the head, because that's the center over where the soul enters, it slips, but also what other beings come in. If we are healers, for those of you that are healers, channelers, and or spiritual anything, oftentimes you communicate and they come in right from the back. So we are just clearing the area to allow for more beautiful communication. We're ready to go down to the shoulders and the back, all along the spine. We're going to heal and clear any vertebrae, any and all vertebrae going all the way down the spine. I can feel them going all the way down, one by one. We're now going to move to the heart center. And again, just feel these beautiful hands being laid on you with enormous compassion and love. And if you want to also hear what they're saying, you can ask questions, you can get messages as you're doing this. They have a lot of encouraging and comforting words that they provide for us at this time. We're going to go down into the solar plexus, into the stomach area and the abdomen. We're going to clear and pull whatever energy is there that is affecting our digestion. And we're going to move down into the sacral. And down again into the root chakra. We're going to work on those together. And the hips and the hip joint. And feel the hands of these beautiful, loving, divine beings just going all over around you, providing beautiful healing. We're going to go down into the knees and the legs. We often accumulate a lot of the lower vibration down on our knees and our legs. And from the hips, makes it very difficult, creates a lot of pain in the hip area and the lower back and the knees and the ankles. So for those of you who do a lot of work or they're empathic or feel a lot of other people's emotion, or work with other people's emotions of issues, you may accumulate more energy down in that part of the body. So it's important to clear. We're going to go down now to the ankles and the bottom of your feet. We're going to open them and clear to allow a beautiful loop of energy to swing, to go in a circular motion from the bottom of our feet to the top of our chakra, creating a beautiful vortex, torque field, whatever you want to call it. A beautiful energy that is circulating without blocks, without impediments, and is perfectly moving in beautiful alignment with everything. Okay, you guys are doing great. Just taking a nice deep breath. And I just focus on our wings, the back of our wings, and open your wings. And allow yourself to feel the energy there. We always want to open our wings. We have more than one set. We have many. Just open whatever it is that we are in charge to do. And now I'm going to start a journey. And I want you to see yourself walking up a set of stairs. We are going to go into the fairy world, the magic world, where we're going to be working with fairies, elementals, dragons, all the magic creatures, unicorns as well, elves, and our ancestral beings, anything that is from that. So before, as you're climbing these stairs, you're going to come to a door. And I want you to open the door and cross it. You're going to find yourself in the universe, in the midst of your own universe. You are the center of the universe in this space. And from this space, you're going to see that behind you and around you, there's all these lines shooting out as if you are the center of a wheel, with all these lines being like spokes. We're going to ask for our beautiful divine people and guides to highlight any of these lines are connected to past lives. They need clearing, they need to be disconnected, whether they be events, moment in times, full lives, whatever it is that is interfering with ourselves at this time. And I want you to see that there's going to be Archangel Michael coming in, and he's going to use his sword to touch these spokes, and so they're going to disintegrate as they're going to be touched. All the ones that we don't need. We don't often need to know what it is that we were attached to in the past life. Oftentimes, the majority of the problem that we have in this life were created by this life. So there isn't often a huge influence. Sometimes it may make some changes in the beginning of your life, but again, it isn't always. I find that the best thing is to deal with the problem in this moment. Okay, so we are done with this process. I'm going to have you go back through that door again. And we're going to go through another door. And this is the magic realm, as I was saying, through where we're going to go in the fairy world, elves, elemental, dragons, beautiful unicorns, very powerful place, very magical. I want you to just experience the magic and see it. It's a wonderful world. You can do so much in here. You can fly. You can definitely move really fast. There's wonderful, beautiful nature, very different than our own. And there's a lot of sense of joy and playfulness. So see yourself just playing around, flying around, exploring in this magical, beautiful world. And if you're not seeing it, that's okay. Just go with it. Stay here. Just imagine that you're flying anywhere else. It's okay. So the elves are stepping forward first. And they're going to present a gift. And there are both a pair of goggles and a necklace that sits pretty high right around our throat. The goggles are so that we may be able to see more and better for those of you who need to see through limitations and through fears of the third eye of sorts, so that you may be able to see things better. And that again, it's up to you. We don't control that. So if you're not willing to see because there's too much pain attached to it, then you may not see. Yeah, self-acceptance, see? Right away my nose itched. So I do believe that some of you may feel, may be shown what it is, and we're going to go into that. Yeah. Okay, great. The one around the throat is also for us to hear our own vibration through our voices, so that maybe we maybe become more aware of our own words. Speaking the truth of ourselves becomes very important and almost paramount as you progress in your awakening journey. You cannot hold on to beliefs that will change or provide beliefs of censorship for everything that you say and do. That's to please others. It isn't to please yourselves oftentimes, or it is because of other old beliefs. So it is important that we learn to hear and to allow ourselves to speak and say everything that we need to say exactly as we mean it, without worrying too much about whether we're hurting another's feelings. It isn't our job to do so. So now that we have these goggles, we're going to use them first. You're going to put them on, and they're gonna take you, or they're gonna show you a monitor. This monitor is for those of you, as you look, they're gonna show you a limitations, a belief that is limiting your view of yourself. I'm gonna give you a few moments to see within this monitor. I know that some of you will be ready to see a part of yourselves. You may get a memory, an image of an event that happened to you even years and years ago. Or you may get the representation of a way you're feeling for yourself. Just important to capture that and hold on to it. I can feel they're giving another information to all of you. Okay, definitely clearing something big there. I feel a lot of pressure on my third eye, on your forehead. So I know that some of you are experiencing that. Just hang in there. Do not be frightened. You may also have some auditory experiences. That's okay. Just hang in there. Okay, just waiting for everybody to get through it. There's usually a time being when we're ready to move on to the next. Hold on to this image, whatever you received, whether it was an image, a knowing, a feelings, probably emotions may have come up at this point. They are the big message that is being given to all, that they want you to see yourself as the beautiful being that you are. That yes, at times we may have believed others' view of ourselves and others' opinion of ourselves, but that it is mostly untrue and disproportionate to what it really is. And the fact, and the mere fact of us believing that instead of believing what we know of ourselves, is one of the biggest limitations. It interferes with acceptance of selves and love of selves. It is a big struggle that we all go through, to break through that and to see ourselves for who we really are. The first thing we need to do is let go of what we think we are, especially if it came from another person, whether it be our caretakers, our parents, people we grew up with, children from school. No matter what, we do have a choice, a very big, important choice that we can make. We are not stuck in believing that of ourselves. So it is one of the biggest things that they want us to do. And the fairy people and the elves people have a high respect of the human population, of who we are and the struggles that we go through. But they also carry themselves with the most regards of honoring who they really are, and to recognize the light in everyone and themselves as well. They don't just limit and focus so much on themselves and their own pain, but they focus so much on highlighting and embracing and empowering others among themselves, among their own population. So they do want us to see that if we were to do that, if we were to empower, encourage, and stimulate other people's own view of themselves by seeing their light, we would also be able to then see our own light in consequences. But the judgment and the negativity that we often have for ourselves, it's also usually projected to others as well, in many different ways. It doesn't have to be huge, it can even just be minimal. And oftentimes the judgment is worse for ourselves than it is for others. So they're coming in with this really beautiful, powerful message of a self-acceptance and understanding that will help with opening the third eye, and for you to be able to really break through these limitations that often we don't feel worthy of being so powerful, being so great, and being so, amazing. But yes, it's okay. It's okay for you to shine. It's okay for you to be amazing. All right, so we're going to move now to the throat and the medallion that was given to us. And as you focus on the medallion, you're going to see that it's going to start shining very bright and red. It's going to anchor itself to the throat, and it's going to create a bit of a vortex and an opening right here in the throat. We're first going to free ourselves of limitations there. There are so many rules that we abide for etiquettes, rules, or for mode of conduct and how we're supposed to be, and always worry too much about being the perfect person for another instead of being the perfect person for ourselves. And our voices or words are often changed because of that. We change how we really say things and what we really feel about it. So much so that sometimes we even deny ourselves our own feelings, our own emotion in order to protect someone else's. And that creates an enormous amount of limitations. So if you have any of these beliefs of protecting another and even to your expenses, that's one of the biggest limitations. I want you to see that as a huge thread that you're going to be pulling from your own throat. So you're going to be pulling this thread. If you have this belief, just pull it out as if you're seeing that there is something there. I know in the process I'm clearing you guys. This is going all the way down into the stomach, so it's going to relieve us some abdominal issues, digestive issues. Okay, great. Beautiful. Even if it was another type of belief, if it was that you're not good enough to speak, you're not good enough to have an opinion, you're not good enough to express yourself, you're not good enough to even deserve to have any needs or to have any wants. Those are also huge things that they are stuck right here. So we're going to leave that in place. It's also connected to the back and up to the brain. It goes from the brain all the way up here into the memory center. So we're going to eliminate some of these limitations through memory from experiences when you were a child. And at this point, I want you to call in, since you all know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what happened to you. You know exactly who said what to make you feel so little. You know exactly what happened. You know what I'm talking about. I'm just waiting for everybody to get there. Great. And we are going to ask for all of the younger selves, every child that was involved in that, every younger part of ourselves at any age before this moment, to come forth. And any of them that still believes that, we're asking them to let go. I want you to see as all these children have a red balloon in their hand with fear of speaking up written all over for whatever reason, it does not matter. And you're going to ask them to let it go because it's not true. That is not your truth any longer, and you choose to let go. You no longer need or want or will permit yourself to have this truth. Your new truth, which you're going to give to them in the form of a letter, of a beautiful letter, of a ticket, whatever you want to look at it. Just give it to them and let them know that from now on, your new truth is that you will speak your truth no matter what. Because you are important, because you're worth it, and because you deserve to have your needs be heard, your needs be met, your wants to be a priority, same as everyone else's. And that is the new truth, and that is what you tell your younger self, because you are in charge. And this is important to say. Just giving a second for this energy to move through. Your beautiful angel beings are so happy you're doing this. Now we're going to have both the fairy people and the unicorns come forth to work on our solar plexus. And they bring a beautiful crown to be given to us, but also a belt. This is like a hero power, hero power belt, like a Power Ranger belt. It's a beautiful belt with many tools. All these tools you already have. You just don't know it. You just don't know that you can use them. You already have it. And most of the time we believe that we have no choice, that we have no other way to do things, and that's not true. We always have a choice. Always, always have a choice. We always have an opportunity, and we always have a way to go, different than what we think. But it's that ability to see those tools, to believe in ourselves, that often limits us into making those choices, because we don't believe we can. We don't believe that we can do that. We don't believe that we have the ability to connect with that beautiful power of ourselves. So these beautiful unicorns are going to start circling around you. There's many of them. And from the unicorn horn, there is a beautiful energy that's connecting to the very same belt, which is really going around your solar plexus, both the front and the back and the side. You're going to feel probably great pressure around your stomach right now, around your belly. Take a deep breath. There's an enormous amount of energy coming there that wants you to explode and burst through your limitations and not seeing your beautiful self. And I'm getting emotional thinking about it. They just want for you to see the beauty that you are. That it's not because of being beautiful, it's because of the love that you carry, the love that you're capable of for yourself and for others, for all you've been through, for all the pain and all the suffering. You're still here, you're still strong, you still go forward. And I want you to know that they love you very much, and they have a strong belief and faith in you. So burst through those bubbles of limitation and see yourself for the beautiful, powerful self that you are. It's not abilities that make you powerful. It's not being able to do whatever that makes you powerful. What makes us powerful is having a complete faith in ourselves, having love, complete unconditional love for ourselves, and complete trust in ourselves, in our words and our actions. That makes us so absolutely powerful, not in the sense that we think of, but in the sense we are so much closer to God in that way. And it's so freeing, so liberating, that they strive and always try to connect with us, with our own consciousness, to allow and help us getting into that place. So the unicorns are almost done circling around and building up the beautiful energy that will allow you to burst through, and you will burst through. You will break through a belief, a pattern of thoughts that has been keeping you down, that has been pushing and pressing you down your true self. So I want you to make an agreement of allowing this bursting of self to come through in this moment. This agreement will show itself or will be completed within a month's time. For some of you, will happen in just days, maybe in just moments, even today. And for some of you, you may need a whole month. That's okay. It can take years. So it's okay. Hang in there. Okay. So now the fairies are going to come in and they're going to give us a beautiful shower of Mother Nature's energy. So see as if they're covering and showering you with petals and leaves and any kind of things that is of nature. And this is to rejuvenate and integrate the energy that the unicorns have done in this moment. And we may not be so raw, so open to the suffering of the emotions that we may discover in this journey. Okay, we're now going to move to the root chakra and the sacral. And for this one, the dragons are stepping forward. God, I love those guys. Okay, now they are a beautiful power beings loaded with determination, astuity, just incredible divine light. And they're just probably one of my favorite beings, I have to say. They're just absolutely incredible. So I want you to see, we're going to call forth your dragon. If you don't have one, you'll be assigned one. We all have them. It's not that we have dragons, we have an agreement to work with dragons, so we don't own them. But they work with us. They like us. Okay. So just waiting for everybody to see their dragon that is assigned to them for the night. And first of all, first thing we're going to do, I can see they're already breathing fire right into our root chakra, right from where we're sitting. Yep, right from underneath our butts. Sorry for the word, just the way it is. Okay, just waiting for that energy. We are bringing just this light into things. The root chakra, it's quite dark. It's a darker, dense place because fears get stored in there. So now you're going to get on the dragon now that he is allowed its energy to be within the root chakra and the sacral. Go ahead and get on it. He's going to take you a bit of a journey. We're going to go into this very immense room, Lord of the Ring type of room, you know, that has columns and deep crevices, and it's infinite, never ending. It's going to take you around and around. We are looking for the fear or fears. They're showing up to 4. They are limiting you the most. So there's strong energy coming in with that. We're looking for these fears. You may be able to see just one, and that's okay. The other ones are being brought to your consciousness of rising them from the root chakra up. And the dragons will not take a no for an answer, so you can't stop this process now that you started. And I think you probably had that, you know, that knowledge and then not knowing that you weren't going to be able to stop that. So just hang in there. So you're going to start seeing now we're getting to a very large mirror. This mirror has a reflection of you. How do you see yourself on top of that dragon? How different do you look than what you thought you would be looking? Pay attention to your image, to the way you look. Do you look healthy? Do you look happy? Do you feel strong? And when you're taking a good look, ask the mirror to show you how you really feel about yourself. There you go. Now, whatever you're seeing, there is a younger self associated to that. We're going to ask for those younger selves to come through. Just giving you time, just a little time. I can feel that some of you need to look at it, look at the mirror again. Keep looking. The longer you look, the more information you're going to get. And you'll be able to see also all your younger selves associated to that. Ask each and one of them to come forth and step through the mirror to be in front of you. Tell them that you're there to save them. Tell them you're there to give them the ride of their lives. Tell them to get on top of that dragon. As many as they are, doesn't matter. Tell them to get on the dragon. And the dragon, once they're all on, we're going to start taking them up as if we're riding up through the spine from the root chakra. Keep going up and up and up. Definitely clearing big things. When I yawn, there's a huge chunk of energy that leaves people. Okay, we're up, 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 up. Okay, keep going up. We're almost at the throat. We're actually going past the throat, up the back of the head, and then we're going to step right into our brain where we have memories and everything stored in there. I'm going to have you get off. When you're in your brain, in your consciousness, we are in your consciousness. I'm going to get you to get off your dragon. Yes, I can feel resistance. Some of you may resist this. That's okay. Just hang in there. I may need to wait for some of you. That's okay. Okay, great. That feels like it's a good time. We're ready to get off the dragons. We're in our consciousness again. Allow all your younger selves to get off the dragons as well. There are your fears. They are the ones that are holding on to the fears. That they're down in the root chakra. They create limitations in your life, especially about finances, especially about deserving to have it all, deserving to have money without working hard, deserving to have good things without them being broken very quickly, deserving a great job, deserving a great life, whatever it may be, especially about that. Self-worth, it's also there, and safety, feeling safe, knowing that you can protect yourself. We don't often feel or agree with the knowledge, with the subconscious knowledge that we can protect ourselves. There's a strong fear attached to that. So go ahead and face all your fears, face all of your younger selves. Let them know that whatever situation created that, whatever happened in the past, it is not happening right now, and that you are grown. That they can look at you. Tell them, look at me. This is who I am today. This is all I've become. This is all I've learned. This is all I can do. I can do a lot. I can protect myself. I can speak up for myself. I can make things happen for me, good things. Let them know that they do not have control or power over you any longer. That they need to relinquish their fears to you, that you will protect them, that you'll take care of them, that you're going to love them unconditionally, with complete full self-acceptance and love and no judgment. Because they had no other choice but to believe what they believed way back when. They had no other choice. They couldn't have done any better. It's not their fault. It's not your fault. But it's time to make a change. There you go. Beautiful. Go ahead and embrace and love all of them. Let them know that they no longer need to carry this burden. This burden happened for a reason when you were young, but it's not needed any longer. Let it all go. Tell each child that it's free to go and play. Tell each being that is there with you, whatever age they may be, that they can go on and be happy. That you're in charge, and you'll take care of everything, and you'll protect them, and you'll watch after them. And they're free to go. Go ahead and get back on your dragon. We're going to go back into the root chakra. We're going to be cleaning up things a little bit with the dragon's breath. Beautiful and powerful, strong breath is going to be burning and cleaning anything that may be hanging in the root chakra. And go ahead and see yourself riding the dragon and cleaning up your root chakra and your sacral. Okay. Once you're done, you can leave this place, leave the dragon behind, go back into the place that you were before. Find those stairs. We're going to go back to the stairs and back to the door. When you cross it, you are the center of the universe, of your own universe. So go ahead and climb those stairs, walk through that door, and see yourself suspended, being the center of the earth. Of your own universe. I want you to see again those spokes of energy going from all the way around you as if you're the center of a wheel. We're asking for all these spokes to be the representation of the things that we no longer need. They're associated with this life or anything else, or the past, present, or future. We're asking for anything to be disintegrated that we no longer serves our purpose for ourselves through time, permanently. We're asking for beautiful new intention, freeing intentions to be set forth from this moment on, or whatever that may be. So I'm going to leave you here for just a few minutes, just 2 minutes, to set intentions at this time, to set forth. And you'll see these lines as you create these beautiful intentions go forward from you. You can hang here as long as you want in this space and do as much as you want. But God is stepping forward while you're here, and He's going to put His finger in your forehead. We're going to increase your third eye, your third vision, your telepathic abilities, whatever it is that you're able to do. It's going to be increased. Also going down to your throat and to your root chakra. Very proud of all of us. You guys made really beautiful, powerful intentions. Really felt them going out there. And once you're done, step through back the door, go back down the stairs, and start walking yourself back to your own body, back towards your own beautiful self. With all this new knowledge, with all this new understanding, with refound love, compassion, acceptance, and free of judgment for self. Feel yourself being back in your body. If you want to, you can start moving around. There is no limitation how many times you repeat this. You can do it as often as you like. There's always going to be something that will be given to you at some point or another. The gifts are endless, and what we can discover about ourselves is also endless, sorry to say, me included. So I thank you all for being here and for tuning in. And for those of you that are going to tune in later, I hope you've had a great journey. And I wish you all love, light, and healing always. Have a great night. Goodbye.